Welcome back, writers. Really? You wrote in our outline. She goes, Blakely, good day. And that
Cheerio.
good day always reminds me of that 70s show, Fez. Good day.
Warning, if you have not finished Onyx Storm, stop right now, go back, finish the book ASAP, and then come back to us. We'll be waiting for you. We just don't want to ruin anything since the podcast will have spoilers. And once again, we're going to assume that you've read the book by now. So if we spoil anything for you, we cannot be accountable for that.
No,
Listen at your own risk.
This is your fault.
We say some shitty words, so not for kids. Don't listen in your car on the way home from school.
Oh yeah, don't.
Today we will be covering chapters 36 through 40 of Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. And I have a question for Blakely. Okay, same question as last week. We're playing Fuck, Marry, Kill again for Varish, Jack Barlow, and Dick Dad Ados.
Okay, I've changed my mind like 3 times. Shit. I think I am fucking JB? No. Shit. And I don't want to marry Dick Dad Ados.
He's got the nice suite at Basgiath.
I know he does. It could be in the nice quarters together.
But where was Varish living?
I don't know. Varish is killed right away.
Yeah.
Straight to jail.
So maybe this answers it for you.
It was between if I'm going to marry JB, which is wild, or Dick Dad Ados. JB's blonde. Can't trust him.
Okay, so where does he fall on your list?
I don't know. I think I'm fucking JB and I'm marrying Dick Dad Ados.
Okay, so once again, we're aligned. But I figured JB would be for the Venom fuck it list.
Yeah, you got to cross that off.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So then we'd marry Dick Dad Ados, and then I would channel to get away from him.
Yeah. And then I could keep fucking JB if I wanted to.
That was a tough one.
That was hard. That's what she said. That was hard. Is there anything you want to talk about from the previous episode, Kylie?
No, just want to remind everyone again that theories can evolve, they can change, be debunked, or be completely off the rails, which are my favorite. Can Venom swim? Well, can they breathe underwater? And
I was like, yeah.
Regardless, it's all for fun, and it's just not that deep.
Yeah, let's just have funsies, guys. Theories talked about or things we've highlighted last episode. Okay. Can Violet manifest different weather types of feeling based on power? Can Venom breathe underwater? I wonder who asked this theory.
That one's really important. I need to know what their water situation is.
Did Xaden steal the eggs for the Isles to change the hatching grounds? Did he do this to remove magic from the land so him and Vi could be together? This is a Kylie thought.
Bitch, you didn't write anything, so I'm filling in my thoughts.
I know I'm reading it, but I wanted you to take the credit for that's your thought.
I thought you were like, this girl with her venom and weird shit.
Oh, I was when I was talking about Venom underwater, but no, that's a good thought.
Thank you. You never know. You're so feisty with me as I'm like snapping at you.
I know the lack of self-awareness to your bitchiness and snappiness towards me is wild.
To be fair, you cut me off last week when I was solid.
We also want to know, what is Ben Ryerson up to? Was Lilith immersed in the Venom pond? We don't think Asher died by a heart attack. Who was after his work? Is Vi being God touched, but not in a slutty way? Fated mates or fated mates adjacent?
Which we talk about today.
We sure do. Why did Asher put such an emphasis on the flora and fauna for each isle? He really was into herbology. Same book, right? What's the importance of the Sword of Tyrandor? if you sacrifice some of your soul for love versus power, does this affect how venom you are? What type of venom you are?
Just listening to this, man, we have spouted off a lot of theories and solid questions.
Yeah, I feel like we have. Yeah, that's one more. Did Papa Sornjo moonlight as the Riddler? Very important.
I think it's one of the most important.
Yeah. So really solid.
How do you think he paid for all these trips? Like, he was the Riddler in the movies, and
He stayed at the Quality Inn. That's how.
for sure, he's the Riddler on a budget. Chapter 36. Good news is Carrick is still alive since his dragon Crod is pissed but not dead. Mira immediately orders for Traeger while Daddy Zayden adds another sexy dress-up title under his belt, Dr. Daddy, as he performs mouth-to-mouth on Garrick. I will gladly pass out so I get mouth-to-mouth from Zayden.
Yeah,
I'll take Dane too.
Why choose?
Vi asked Talia what was in the cake, and she's like, nothing. And then Ferris is like, just kidding, psych, I poisoned them. He really plays a semantics card when Talia's like, you poisoned my son? He's like, nah, your son didn't eat it.
The butt actuallys are truly the worst. Like, they're so awful. And Talia just doesn't really, not to defend her, because obviously she abandoned her child, but it doesn't feel like she fits in with them that well.
Maybe she was sold to that. Sold?
Oh, God.
Maybe she had both marriages arranged.
Maybe. Yeah.
And maybe she's not from Hedota. Like, she has always been interested in the color, but maybe it's not that aisle specifically that she's from.
Maybe. But I think that there's some good in her, and I think that we're going to see more of her.
Was the good in her Fen Ryerson?
Yeah. Well, Zayden is said to look like Fen, so Daddy Fen might have been a good-looking son of a gun. You know what I mean?
I knew more about Fen. I like the older men more, so I'd probably go for Fen over Zayden if he was alive.
A 23-year-old, yeah, I'd probably go for the older, but well, I don't know. Zayden's kind of an exception to the rule.
I don't know, but Fen Ryerson was leading like the first.
I know, but he's not a romantic.
We don't know that.
Yes, huh? He says, "Don't have love and save it for your children."
Okay, we don't know what he was like behind closed doors. Maybe he was an excellent lover. Why am I sticking up for Fen Ryerson?
I'm not quite sure, but go ahead.
Vi, being our little poison queen, grabs the cake and starts using her sniffer to figure out the poison while Garrick is actively dying. Ferris then tries to provoke her into drawing a weapon, but taunting her with, is this where you draw a weapon if I don't tell you what your friend ingested? But Violet is too cunning for them. She is like, Una reverse, I poisoned you.
Okay. So something I found interesting is Vi says she breathes deeply when smelling the cake, and she smells a hint of something sickly sweet, which my brain was like, ding, 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 because I remembered in Iron Flame when she's having the dream, the general's in there, she smells his breath, and she says something sweet on his breath. And I just thought that was a weird thing to say. And then I got to thinking about how the signet blocking elixir was also described. She says, I uncork it and drink, tasting something sweet and hard to place as I drain it. I feel like they're just all connected.
I agree. I like this. And I'm really proud of you for this one because you had a 2-day hangover and this is where your mind went. Like, I love it. Look at you.
You guys, Mom's Night Out is not for the faint of heart at 35. And I really went for it.
That's why Mom's Night Out is like twice a year or quarterly max.
Yeah. Quarterly max is all I can do, but it's usually about twice a year. Well, I don't really like to drink that much, so I usually have good self-control where I'm like 2 drinks all night and I'm fine. That's not what happened, but I came up with this hungover, so
I'm
good
proud
for
of
me.
it. I like
I'm like sickly sweet. I want to throw up. What?
Ugh, the thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
I love how Asher was worried about the people of Hedotus with their artifice, but he raised a child to balance their knowledge. It's like not only does magic need balance, but so does knowledge.
True that.
Violet's definitely giving some Aelin here because she's like, time for your test. Do you know why armament is legal to export? Why it's against the rules to take outside Erasia? And she just one-upped them. And I love this. She's in her Aelin era.
You see it come out a few different times, and I really believe, I think the next book, she will be grappling with whatever happened, but I think it will be still Reputation era. Like, I'm gonna burn down the whole world and be like a badass bitch, given to that Aelin vibes.
Yeah. I think Violet, like, is coming up with a plan too. She just hasn't shared it with us.
Thing, because there's a couple times where she starts a thought and then doesn't complete it, and not because she's dumb like me and you. She just starts the thought, and then it's like she doesn't even want to tell the audience who are in.
She's keeping that under locks in her brain, away from her dragons, away from any bonds that
Everyone.
she can't even tell us.
Stop.
She can't
Yeah.
think about it because any of them can hear it, essentially, especially like Xaden.
Right? Especially because his powers seem to keep on freaking growing because it's all venony.
All venony.
You know? Venony.
Yes, it's an adjective now.
Yes.
Add it to Webster. I don't know why. Violet.
Sorry, you can't do Webster, and then I immediately think of Jackie from Real Housewives of New Jersey.
I haven't watched Jersey in a while.
Okay, Merriam-Webster, when she's talking to Teresa at some frickin' reunion. I can't help it.
Teresa, of all people, is Merriam-Webster.
Yeah, she's making fun of her. Yeah.
Violet can't figure it out when Taryn gives a brilliant idea to stop asking that prick Ferris. She takes control of the situation and starts barking out orders. She takes Riddick with her to give the cook a shakedown for answers. They find him and ask, but he plays coy and tells them just what he was instructed to do. The cook charges towards Violet, but she throws her knives into his forearms and kicks him down. He pleads with her, saying he has a wife and 2 kids, which, what a fucking cop-out, if you ask me. And that's when Vi notices the blue under his nails and pieces it together. She throws a dagger at the cook's hand and pins his hand to the doorframe. As she turns to face Riddick, she sees the shitty cook's knife in his side. It's a visual.
Yeah. Just the hand. Yeah. There's a lot of knife handing situations going on this trip.
I don't like cuts on hands. Like, they gross me out, like, at all. So Ryan will try and show me, and I'm just like, no, thank you.
Oh, I can't handle any ickiness ever. Or like, you want to know what kills me? If you listeners, if you are one of these people, if you are going to post an owie that you have on Instagram in your stories, do a warning slide first, please. Nothing makes me dislike you more.
So I shouldn't send you the pictures of my knee surgery.
You already know that. Don't play dumb.
Always play dumb. I'll weaponize it.
You like to be underestimated, I feel like.
Yeah, a little bit.
Chapter 37.
I'm so offended you didn't read it as written.
Actually, my brain auto-corrected it because I'm used to typos. Chapter 37. Does that make you feel better?
It does, thank you.
Okay, good. I'm glad I can bring you a little bit of joy. Vi screams Riddick's name, but not in a fun way. Riddick starts to grab the knife and she yells, "No!" Luckily, the knife caught his flight jacket, not the precious little sarcastic body of his. Vi and Riddick run back in the room because our favorite little poisonous queen knows what's up.
I love the way you just yelled no. No. Oh no.
But was like so into the other parts of it.
Yeah, just I love that.
Stupid.
All of this, like, Riddick just wants a fucking patch. I want a patch for this shit, Violet, a Quest Squad patch. You understand? Like,
It's valid. I get it.
it's proof that he was a part of, like, the coolest squad.
Well, yeah, he wants to use it to get some conquests in his bedroom.
That's a good way to put it. He needs some people to ride his dragon.
I'll write it.
Same. Whole Quest Squad is my next harem.
I'll take them all.
Why choose?
I'm sorry, I feel like very giddy right now. I don't know.
Because you're really into the why choose.
Luckily, Asher writes everything about the flora and fauna of the Isles, and they find the cure to Sakia berries. They get the fig and try to get Garrick to swallow it. Vi yells at the main bud actually, saying, "We're fighting a war for the future of our world. This shouldn't be a competition. Logic and wisdom dictate that you assist us so you don't become us." And the prick is like, "It is your war." And but actually is him right back with, "It will be our war. You think they won't come here once they've drained every last ounce of magic from our home?" And he's like, "We are safe. We have no magic here." And Vi is like, "They will drain you, you dumb shit." That's exactly what she says.
Word for word.
Word for word. There was no like liberty that I took there. That's exactly what Rebecca wrote. Garrick gets the antidote down his throat. That's what she's on, but still not a ton of progress. She tells the bud actuallys that he better hope he wakes up, otherwise you won't be alive. The dum is like, "Why do I want him to wake up so he can kill me?" And she's like, "Nah, not him. I'm talking about your stepson, you fuck." Which is not wild to think. That's his stepdaddy,
Oh, weird.
right?
I didn't even it didn't even occur. He should have been like so antagonizing and been like, "Thanks, Dad." I would have been so spiteful. Missed opportunities, Aiden, to really like lay it on thick.
And Zayden's an Aries. He should know better. He should have done that.
He should have been more petty than he was. I'm disappointed in him.
Well, okay, so I just wrote Zayd. Not Zayden. Zayd. Zayd gets all ven and pissy, and Vi tries to calm him down and asks him to come back to her. Vi tells the main bud actually to sit down, is like, "Here's 4 glasses and 4 vials. It's up to you if we have an alliance, an understanding, or a newly elected but actually." And he's like, "My staff knows what happened here. You'll never get out of here alive." And they go back and forth. And she's like, "Why am I going to fly out of here without you saying a single word?" And he's like, "Why?" And she lets him know that a dragon is currently sitting next to the window at the parents' house, next to their, well, Zayden's brothers, which that happened. He still is in denial. "You didn't outsmart me." And she's like, "No, I didn't outsmart you alone. My father helped." And he was like, "Your eyes. I should have recognized your eyes. You're Asher Daxton's girl."
You wrote Dayton, and I'm like, how many alias does this man have? Like,
So many. And that's why Rebecca, she was just being a sneaky sneak. I still like that in the Times article. She's like, "No, they're different people." No, they're not.
so you say, or Violet's got 2 dads. And a mom.
Maybe. And a mom.
You know, Violet was really, not Violet, that Lilith was really into the why choose as well.
She loved it.
That's why Violet has so many eye colors. We don't know who her dad actually is.
Her path's not set. The sperm was like, which one? Why choose? I said the Dane's eyes narrow as she turns to Zayden. I feel like our boy Dane's signet is definitely improving. Whether he's trying to hone it, or maybe he's venom, or it's just a magic balance situation where it's just,
Yeah. He knows something's up, but it's like working harder on his secret keeping this year because, like, he just seems suspicious this entire time. Not he's
like,
suspicious, but he's suspicious of others. He's observing.
well, he's like, "I just got back in the group. I don't want him kicking me out. Like, gotta play it cool here, but something's off."
Violet finally accepts me. Poor guy. And just so everyone knows, why about Aaron mint, it looks like regular mint, which is why its export is outlawed. By itself, steeped in milk or turned into tea with lemon or a little chamomile, it works wonders for sleep and healing. But when you combine it with other pretty ordinary herbs, say the shredded bark of the tarsilla bush, it becomes a deadly poison, and tarsilla grows all along your beaches. That's literally, they got to the island and Violet's noticed it immediately. She noticed the plant, but noticed the color was off. Smart girl for grabbing it, knowing that it works the same. Also, that's interesting, like, the color doesn't affect how it works, or it does. We don't know.
It's to say, why choose?
Sorry.
I know. I get that. I respect it, to be honest. Keep hating me. They fly off to distance. They fly off to Zinal, but unlike the other isles, they just wave at them and the dragons. They seem to have been expecting them. There's a buzzing on the isle. Magic.
It says in the book, seems Catriona has found someone worth lagging behind for because her griffin heads back a little bit. And I'm just like pre-crying because I knew something was going to happen. Like, I'm rooting for Cat. I want her in love. And
I know. I want Kitty Cat to find love too. Well, she kind of found it, and then well, spoiler.
there's hope for Violet and her to run a race.
Or maybe Marinette Morris.
Yeah, it could all be all three. Why choose?
Why choose? Oh, God, this episode is really getting away from us. I feel
It's also said that the excitement in the air is a living, palpable thing, roaring in my ears louder than the waterfall in the distance, clinging to my skin with more tenacity than the stifling heat and humidity, humming along my veins as though their zeal is contagious. And it sounds like she's channeling power, and she doesn't even realize it. Slow and Gale, get it together.
it's like so obvious. And she's like, what? No.
Chapter 38. Surprise, surprise. I can't even say it now. Zelna has magic, but not a ton. Enough that everyone can speak to their dragons again, or griffins. Zayden is finally able to say hi through their bond. Bai finds out Sigale is yelling at Zayden for everything he's done wrong in the past week, but gets serious and asks her to never stop or never step between him and someone else again because he doesn't know what he'll do. Violet says, "You won't hurt me." While they're having this conversation in their heads, the rest of the squad is noticing they have arrived to an audience that is watching them. Violet and Zayden are bickering still about whether or not he can or will hurt Violet, but Zayden is just wanting to keep Violet safe, as always. Riddick is able to get through to them and lets them know that the emissary for Zelna is waiting. We meet Calixta, the mistress of the day's festivities, as she calls herself. Everyone immediately has to be thinking, shit, another fight club? She starts speaking in common tongue, but starts back up in Zelish. Sweet baby Dane does his best to respond, but Arik bests him and is fluent in yet another language. Turns out they knew that the quest squad was going to be arriving. Zayden and Vi think it was Cortland, but I'm not so convinced because all the aisles are shifty as hell. Calixta asks to see Andarna, and when Andarna shows herself, she marvels at the dragon.
Okay, so here's my theory about poor Danny boy. Is this poor boy just is second best all the time?
Yeah, Cade's second is
And
Aiden.
is
Second in
Aiden
language.
language the arc, and he tried so hard. And I feel like his stupid Emerald Bay stuff. That's his one. He's gonna be the hero in. He's gonna know all the info.
He's gonna have time to shine for sure.
That's what I feel like. It's not that this was important to bring up now, but I'm just like that poor Danny boy. I just feel awful for him.
It was this isle that when I texted you and I was like, I feel like Arik is a polyglot, but that doesn't seem right. For those who don't know, polyglot means you speak more than 3 languages. I don't know why I have that fucking weird piece of information because I can't speak more than one very well.
I don't know. You refuse to ride and coach, so someone like that probably would know what a polyglot is.
I hate you. It said, "Our queen is delighted you've sought us out and are eager to come to your aid. We've always revered dragonkind and the griffins, of course. And so once again, it's interesting to see which isles dragons and griffins are accepted at. So Deverelli, people were not thrilled. Same with Dune. Hideon looked at them with awe, and now we have the Zilni who arrive at the grounds just in hopes to see a dragon."
Yeah. Agreed. It is interesting.
The Zilni know she's there to secure an alliance, but first they have to see what gifts are chosen for them. If they are willing to play and accept whatever gift the god of luck presents without complaint, they get to see the HBIC of Zelna. Vi asks what happens if they complain, and Calixta shares, "If you do not accept that luck determines your fate, that Zinal may gift you with great fortune or take it, then we cannot ally ourselves with you. We do not accept those who do not adjust their sails in a storm." And Violet's like thinking this is not such a random choice of game then. They want to see how we handle disappointment. But I think Violet's wrong here. I think these presents have meaning. Maybe not at this point. Maybe some of them don't, but I think some of them definitely do.
I think they do. I think it's Zinal is giving these for luck, like you will need this at one point.
Oh,
Whatever that is.
yeah. Because this is his aisle. Like,
Yeah. So he's like, here's that lucky item that I'm giving you that you don't realize that you'll need, like broccoli, the cat, obviously, bringing a lot of joy. Maybe it'll catch a lot of mice. I don't know. Maybe cats can kill venom. There's so many opportunities and options.
it would just be so funny if that was the choice, just because, like, in the Marvels and, like, Captain Marvel, there's an orange cat that can kill the bad guys. So maybe my orange cat kills animals all the time. So maybe you're onto something.
I have been called smart before, like once.
Not by me.
Not by my husband either.
So Mira tells them, like, I don't care if she hands you a steaming pile of goat shit. No one complains. Got it? Smile and thank her. This is our last real chance to secure an army. Riddick then makes a smartass remark. And then Drake is definitely on a conquest to get laid because he backs Mira up with no complaining. It's in the air. Love is in the air.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
None of this screams like let's fuck, but like I'm so dead set on their sexual tension in this moment.
No, it's there. There's clues. I found them. They're there.
In my own brain, in my own story.
But it's like with the Sloane and Dane stuff, where I saw someone, I think it's obvious that
Yeah.
Sloane and Dane will end up together. It makes sense. Someone did a reel and they're like, are those clues in the room? Like, I don't see the sexual tension. I'm like, what do you mean?
It's there.
It is there.
God, our mine's just more dirty. Like, I mean, yeah, mine for sure. They are each to pull a card, and that will determine their gift. Mara starts and she gets wine. Mara, not Morris, receives 2 orange tunics from a short, smiling man with a shiny bald head. So, what I found on orange tunics, regardless of its makeup, the color has been a symbol of spirituality and amusement throughout history. In certain religions, such as Buddhism and Hinduism, orange represents the highest state of enlightenment and spiritual knowledge, respectively. And then when it comes to entertainment in ancient Roman mythology, the god of wine, fertility, and festivity can often be found cloaked in orange. Pomona, the goddess of fruit and harvest, is also commonly associated with the fiery color as well. So gods are associated with the color orange and the highest state of enlightened and spiritual knowledge. I feel like Marin is smarter. Well, Marin is smart, but we don't know a lot about her. So it's interesting that she got that one. It's interesting.
See, I was going, you brought up the god of wine, and that's, Mara gets wine, but I was just thinking, like, Luck was like, you know what? You already have a Karen haircut. Here's some wine. Let's just
You can
finish
take
the
your
scene.
sorrows away.
Yeah. Like, you're on that verge of being a Karen. I see it in you, Mira. Here's your wine.
She does teeter the line. I get it. She needs to. Somebody has to keep us in check, yeah?
I mean, yeah. Well, they got Riddick on the quest squad. So
The one of the excerpts that, like, Riddick is starting to grate on Mira's nerves.
there's the one before, I think. Yeah.
Dane's card earns him a slap across the face, but no tickle. Garrick gets a rusted steel bucket. And, just to elaborate on his gift, a rust bucket means run down or dilapidated. Like, what does that say about Garrick? Is he going to be run down? What bucket? Where was Bodhi vomiting at the end? Was it in this rust bucket?
I don't know. Maybe he's just run down from all that dick he's getting. Who knows?
Who's Garrick getting dick from?
Oh, Garrick. I was reading Riddick. Duh.
Yeah, we're hoping that Garrick and Imogen end up together.
You're like, who's he getting dick from? I don't know.
We don't know his love life. He could be getting dick down. We don't know.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
Sorry, guys.
Art gets a fractured hand mirror that cuts his thumb when the man hands it to him top first. Like, what if this is some sort of, like, blood of a noble offering
Very possible.
to that mirror, and now it's magical?
Maybe it's like a Dumbledore mirror where you can see.
Yeah, or like the Ouroboros in A Court of Thorn and Roses.
Yeah, see? There's magical mirrors. Every fantasy writer has a hard on form.
I mean, think about like Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
So
It's the thing.
I need
Tale as old as time.
I should have looked more into mirrors. I skipped right over that one because I got really into like the gem.
Oh boy, guys, it's coming.
Xaden gets a glass box the size of his foot with pewter hinges and edges. And what if this box isn't actually empty? Like there's a magical, like invisible item that he needs to, that's like invisible to the naked eye. I'm like,
Yeah.
or it's something that can hide things. Like there's no way it's just a glass box.
And this is what he put his soul in there.
Yes.
In that glass box.
That's the guess. Violet receives a compass from a tall man with bronze skin and short black hair. Violet lifts her chin and his mouth tilts into a smirk as he nods subtly as though finding her reaction worthy. Extending his hand slightly, he offers her a black compass on a dark chain. The needle doesn't point anywhere near north. It's broken, so she thinks. But like, what if this is a gift that leads her back to Xaden and helps her find him?
I think that's very possible. Rebecca definitely took like a page out of a Pirates of the Caribbean situation there with the compass being broken, but it's not actually broken. I agree. It definitely leads to Xaden. I think it's just it being black is an interesting color for a compass, not silver like most are, or like clearly a Xaden shadow coated situation.
It doesn't say what it's made out of, just that it's dark. Black.
Or maybe even Malik.
Maybe.
A compass that goes down to Malik so that he can get the soul, Xaden's soul.
The soul elevator? What
The
is
soul,
this?
soul train. I don't know. But you know what I mean?
Yes, I get where you're going.
If you want a complete thought, today's not the day for that. But do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, because we don't know
Podcast will
much
sometimes
about the
confuse me.
compass. So your incomplete thought is just with our incomplete details. Riddick gets a smooch from a lanky blonde man. Kitty Cat receives a gold necklace with a ruby the size of Violet's thumb. Which, how big are Violet's hands? Like, she's small and frail. Like, is it really that big? Which, like, we are going to talk about rubies for a minute. Yeah. We are going to go to Gemstone College for a minute.
Okay, you hippie, take us to church.
Many medieval Europeans wore rubies to guarantee health, wealth, wisdom, and success in love, which the success in love is so mocking for Cat. Like, that one makes me sad. But in the rich tapestry of Celtic mythology, the ruby's origins were often shrouded in mystery and legend. Some tales spoke of the ruby as a tear shed by the gods, while others claim that it was the solidified blood of a fallen warrior, imbued with the strength and courage of its former owner. Like, any of these could be useful. And rubies come up a few times. We've definitely talked about them before. Like in Fourth Wing Chapter 8, Vi earns a dagger with a ruby in the hilt from someone she poisoned. So then we have the Venin with the ruby hilted sword. The Duchess.
When we meet Theophany.
Yes. I don't know why I couldn't say Theophany there. We know her name.
Well, it wasn't her. It was when we meet her.
Yeah.
Remember, that was the theory I fucked up. Yeah.
And then we have the Duchess of Moraine wearing a ruby necklace. And then the Duchess of Moraine wearing ruby earrings later. And now Cat's necklace with a big ass ruby. So, a lesson in gems. The ruby is a symbol of power, passion, and unwavering spirit. In the ancient Celtic culture, this mesmerizing gemstone had a special place woven in the very fabric of their beliefs and traditions. And a lot of, Fourth Wing, Black Storm, all of the Empyrean series has to do, there's a lot of Celtic lore like mixed in.
Right.
So, emerging from the depths of the earth, the ruby was seen as a manifestation of the element of fire, a force that both captivated and commanded respect. For the Celts, this fiery gem was a representation of the indomitable spirit that burned within each individual, a testament to the determination and strength that defined their way of life. In the intricate tapestry of Celtic mythology, the ruby was often associated with the sun, a celestial body that was revered for its life-giving power and its ability to dispel the darkness. The Celts believed that the ruby's radiance could harness the sun's energy, bestowing upon the wearer a sense of courage, vitality, and protection. But the ruby's significance in Celtic culture went even deeper. In the realm of Celtic medicine and healing, the ruby was believed to possess remarkable curative properties. It was thought to be a powerful antidote to various ailments, from fever to heart disease, and was often used in the creation of elixirs and talismans that were believed to promote physical and spiritual well being. I wonder where that could play a part in this story.
I also am just remembering something. Let me double check. Yep, I'm right. Violet is born in July. She is a Cancer. Do you know what their birthstone is?
Tell me.
It's a ruby.
What a unique connection there.
Mhm.
So that's our lessons in in rubies and their significance. And I really do think they play a bigger role, because why mention rubies? Why mention specifically emeralds?
Something there, for sure.
I think you started me on this path when you started talking about theophany and Lyra. You
Yeah.
saying it right?
Moraine and their ruby connection, which then makes you wonder what gods are kind of in there. Do they have a connection with rubies? Do they not? Like, it's just a lot of questions.
I didn't squirrel long enough, clearly.
Oh, I feel like we could probably, but the Cancer gemstone, I was just like, wait a minute. I know what the birthstone is for a Cancer. It's a ruby, and that's Violet's birthday. That's weird.
Fucking weird. And coincidence? I
I
think
think
not.
not.
Stop.
You can't say that without me saying the rest of it. Come on.
But the fact that I didn't expect you to say it, so that's why I said it.
Well, I mean, I said past her.
So Drake draws a claw and he gets handed a ginger kitty.
Then I looked up the spiritual cat color meanings include joy, creativity, and abundance. They bring warmth and happiness and are always up for a challenge. An orange cat can lift your spirit if you're feeling a little low. So what if Mira turns Venom and Drake is like, here, kitty, 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 I'm
And
gonna make you happy.
cats are good for if you're depressed, they know when you're sad. So maybe this is what they need to heal the venom. That venom are just stressy, depressy, and need a kitty.
Yeah, they need a comfort animal.
Solid.
Yeah.
We figured it out. How to heal venom. Cats. More
Well,
cats.
they're so pissed that they don't get. Well, they have wyvern. They don't have dragons, but they're like, you know what? We could have a cat.
That's where they close the gap.
What if there's Dr. Evil and it's like all the Venom are walking around with these cats?
Only hairless cats, though. They can't get
Mm.
the ginger kitties.
No, yeah, it's got to be. It's for the aesthetic of it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
Oh my God. I forgot the name.
I don't know where that was in the depth of my brain and just came out.
I love that. Your useless knowledge about movies, it really is coming in clutch right now. What did I just say?
Yep.
Because I don't say that.
That's from my dad. Thanks for that. Oh, you really went in on the spiritual meaning of ginger cat. Okay,
Okay, so
good.
there's more to the ginger cats that I found. So
Can't wait.
according to ancient Chinese beliefs, the orange cat is a messenger of the gods. But I know. So what I also read are ginger cats are regarded as guardians of the spirit world in many cultures and are believed to be able to see things people cannot. A cat is a symbol of good luck, fortune, security, bravery, power. There's a lot of positive things that they represent. And then seeing a ginger cat is often considered a sign of good luck from the island of luck and fortune, as well as protection against bad luck or misfortune. Ancient Egyptians worshipped cats like they would gods, and this culture believed they are able to communicate with spirits. Cats are generally associated with good luck, protection, spiritual guidance, uh, as well as representing potential inner wisdom. Seeing an orange cat is a sign to open up and pay attention to your intuition and the messages around you. If you own an orange cat, then this can indicate that you value those around you. Honestly, my orange cat's such an asshole. if you don't, if you don't and just see a ginger cat, it can mean that you may be about to experience something special. So I feel like broccoli has some significance.
Yeah, and broccoli, something good for you. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
And then we have Traeger draw his card, and he draws an arrow and is shot through the heart. with one
Stop from the heart.
too late. God damn it.
Love
So-
a bad name.
On that note, Traeger dies immediately.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm no longer pre-crying. I'm like full crying for Cat. Like reading it again last night, writing this, I'm just like, fucking poor Cat.
I know. I got distracted by the song, so I'm not crying, as well as when you're reading all this about rubies, and I was thinking about, like, you keep saying Celtic, which is the way to say it, right? But then I'm thinking about the Boston Celtics, and it's like, why do we say Celtics and not Celtics? And then that's where my brain was going the whole time you were teaching us about rubies.
I'm so
And I
glad
was
you
like, yeah,
listened to me.
not my job. The Boston Celtics does not sound as good.
Yeah, no, I like, woo, go Celtic.
Celtic.
Well, no, it's not that bad if you're like,
It's not bad, but I think we're just so used to Celtics. So I'm like, why? If we're just Americaning things all the time.
yeah, absolutely.
Chapter 39. See, I did it. Chapter 39.
Shafter.
Chapter 39. Sometimes the best gift the god of luck can give is his absence. From Major Asher Sorengale. So he's married to Lilith by this point when he goes to the old Isle of Luck. Luck's be a lady tonight. I'm sorry. I really need to stop. Chapter 39. So, Traeger is dead. Vi starts reacting, and Xaden is like, pull your shit together, woman. Now is not the time. After an extremely dramatic pause, she says, thank you. The Quest Squad negotiated with the Isle, and they agreed to send an advance party within the next couple of months and 40,000 troops whenever they're ready for them. That's a lot of fucking troops. You know what I mean? Kat says they need to burn Traeger and the Griffin, but not here. They decide to take them to one of the outskirt isles, and they will head to Loisum.
Vi carrying the weight of Traeger's death, so she'll literally do anything for Kat, even if it takes them a few days off the schedule. Her looking at Kat in the eye saying, then when you're ready, we'll depart from Loisam. This just speaks to the good in Violet. Loisam, the Isle, is for the god of love. For those that can't remember, we're just keeping you up to date because this is a lot of places. Easy to lose track of where we're going.
Zayd and Vi are laying in their sleeping bags, and Vi brings up that she froze today. I almost was like confused by my sentence. I was like, she got cold? No. She brings up that she froze today, and Xaden tries to comfort her in letting her know that she went into shock, but she pulled herself together and completed the mission. Vi is doubting that she should be leading a mission, and Xaden tells her the best leaders are the ones who never want the job. And Darna and Taryn both chose you, and you were selected by a general among dragons, so she can either choose to step into leadership or Taryn will drag you. He tells her there have been many times she's stepped up and succeeded, and he brings up that she promised to protect Tyrandor. She tells him that she meant it and will stand by his side. And between Andarna's kind and the research she's compiling about the Venin MLM organization, she'll find a way to cure him. Xaden says, there's no cure for me. That's why you have to become better than me. There's only you.
I think it finally like clicks for Violet when it said Coda speaks through Melgren, not the other way around. I feel like this is what helps her really understand the power that she has through Tarn. Even if she thinks that he chose wrong in this moment. I mean, girl fucking knows he did not.
She's just having a little doubty doubt. Happens to the best of us. A little imposter syndrome.
I mean, once you realize you have that kind of power, like you do kind of freeze up a little bit.
Yeah, and like, no shame, girl. Not everyone can be Aelin.
She's on
You just
her
fight.
way to growing into like Aelin's shoes. We're big Aelin fans in this household.
I know. Anyone that says anything bad about her, I'm like, go after
I will fight you. Chapter 40. Conscription rates are hereby doubled for each province until further notice. Public Notice 634.23 transcribed by Percival Fitzgibbons. Public Notice 628.86 transcribed by Sorella Neilwart. As the result of the Treaty of Erasia, the power to represent the province of Tyrandor in the King's Scenarium has hereby been transferred from the House of Ryerson to the House of Llewellyn. So I used this public notice from Iron Flame, chapter 48, to figure out where in the timeline that the conscription rate notice was. So the first 3 digits represent the year. So the one from Fitzgibbons' current day in Onyx Storm. And just to help people understand, because like it took me a minute to figure it out. And how I did the math, Violet was born in July 613 AU. She's 21 during Iron Flame and Onyx Storm. So 613 plus 21, 634 AU. So yeah, this notice just happened. So obviously there's now war against Venom happening, but interesting to have the conscription rates doubled, especially if there's the anticipation that some of those are joining the Riders Quadrant, not just the others, when fewer dragons are bonding.
It is interesting. I said interesting on purpose. And I couldn't help but notice that Vi was born in 613. Rebecca is a Swiftie. She picked 13.
It's like everything's connected.
Mm-hmm. And next year, Violet will be feeling 22. So we'll see what journey she goes on.
She's just like on a murder spree, like skipping, singing this song. I'm feeling 22.
And she's like, I know this all too well. And it'll be great.
We're here for this. I'm glad it's always paired with Taylor.
Well, it's me talking. I can't help it.
Thanks for doing all the like Swiftie work for me.
Somebody's got to do this, and I hope somebody appreciates it out there.
Do the Swiftie work. I dive deep into like cat stuff.
And you have a heart on for gems, apparently.
Clearly, rubies specifically. The squad heads to a minor isle, with Atrum carrying Traeger's body, while Taryn carries Scylla's body, his griffin, to properly burn the bodies. When they land on the chosen isle, it is another magical isle, with about half the magic of Navarre, but more than Zelna. They set up camp and burn the bodies and commend the souls to Malik. But why are the inhabited isles the magicless ones? Or did they choose to drain their own isles?
Or we're getting closer to what's it called?
Loyal.
Loyasum?
Well, Loisam, yeah. Loisam.
Loisam. So that is where the Irids are, the love. And so the closer we are to them, the more closer to magic we'll be.
Yeah. Their hatching grounds?
Yeah, their hatching grounds are closer here, so that way the magic is higher.
It's weird that it wouldn't reach. Well, I guess it just depends, like the length. It is pretty far away, the other isles, so it makes sense that.
So, like, there would be magic at not
Hedotus,
the one after. Not there isn't there, but the one after. Zinal Island. Mm-hmm. So there's magic there, and then it's closer to that way.
Yeah,
and then like a little bit closer to the other isle, she was able to, or the continent, she was able to channel because she's closer to the continent. But Hedotus is in the middle, so they get nothing.
Yeah,
none for Gretchen winners, you know.
Drake thinks they are off course because they can't pinpoint where they are at since the Google Map van has not made their way out there yet. Taryn tells Vi we are at the southern tip of an island chain of volcanic formations. It does not match anything on the map, though there is another mass of land an hour's flight due west with what appears to be sizable cliffs. And thanks to that, Violet figures it out pretty quick so they can come up with a game plan for searching the isles. Everyone is split off into groups. Marin and Kitty Cat, Drake and Poor Dane, who really is just there for the ride at this point, Arik and Mira, Zayden and Garrick, and last, Violet is with Riddick. Zayden isn't exactly thrilled at Violet's curveball. The whole side convo while discussing serious matters, Mira's asking about the cat's name being Broccoli, and Drake says, no one really wants broccoli, but it's good for you, so it seems fitting to me. And then Mira asks, why not carrots? She's orange. She just called it a oh my god.
Plays a girl.
Yeah, and orange cats are very rare. It is a rare genetic trait. They are almost always male. So that's also interesting and weird.
Add it to that fact. Look at you, you Swiftie, with all your cat knowledge. Taylor would be so proud.
I don't even want to admit how many cats like I've had. So, or current. Well, I have 4 currently. So I'm a little knowledgeable.
I don't admit that either. But keep going.
So Drake's like saying this to frustrate her, but like the sexual tension is totally building. Totally.
That you and I are creating that nobody else believes. No,
it's there. It's getting hot in here. They're bickering.
Yeah. And also, what does that say about us? That like, oh, 2 people can't seem to stand each other and they're bickering. Must be love.
It's our love language.
It is.
That's why we see it so easily. Like, I'm so mean to Ryan, but that's my love language.
Look at how we talk to each other. I mean, we're not in love, but we are best friends, kind of.
Yeah, we're kind of mean to each other, but yeah, love language. It's nothing but. What a nice observation. I need to
Thank you.
call Gloria. Marin tells them that they can't leave the offering to Malik unattended, so Violet volunteers her and Riddick, allowing Violet's 2.0 a little longer to sleep. Riddick gives Zayden and Violet a moment, so she double checks on Zayden, and if he's feeling like he's going to slippy slip, she tells Zayden, I'm such a fucking mom. When I wrote that, I didn't even think about it.
I'm like, yeah, okay.
Violet tells him why he's going with Garrick, that he's feeling or he's carrying the serum, but she's also studying the healing cut along his arm. Why is she studying it? Why put that detail? Is it healing differently?
Or maybe she put something on it, that she didn't tell him to try to help that healing.
Maybe. Or a little poison queen. Flora and fauna queen at this point.
Yeah. All of the above. Poison, flora, fauna. Loves it.
They all go hand in hand.
For sure. And Zayden said, I mean it when I say you own my soul. You're the only place I feel completely like me anymore. Once again, just bringing up she owns a soul. They have to be some type of soul connection to me. I just can't. And then I was thinking about our girl Lilith, not Lily, and how she was always so warm to Asher, but not necessarily her children.
Right.
And it's I think that was the connection there for sure. I mean, we've said it before, but I just think about it more and more.
We're just right.
Yeah.
We're never wrong.
No.
Ever.
There's no way.
Even though I'm about to be humbled in a minute.
Love that for us. Let's go.
Taryn is pissed at Violet's choice since he can finally talk to his boo thing, but Violet is separating them. All while Atrum and Riddick are clowning around playing mermaids on the beach, Riddick shares that he poured itching powder on his dragon's fucking back. Riddick heads back to get some fresh clothing. The ground shudders, and Violet sees fresh dragon tracks. And Violet positions herself in front of Andarna's neck to keep her safe yet again. She calls Taryn, and he's being a sassy old man and was trying to say he's busy when the air starts shimmering, and she calls him with more urgency, and he is on his way. This is a humbling moment for the both of us, okay?
Yeah, but I'm still not that humbled. Humans don't mate. I still believe in a non-Fae way Vi and Xaden are at the very least soulmates. I'm sticking with there's a prophecy stating as such. Now you can go into why we're saying.
Rebecca did say in an interview that there are holes in the mate theory. She says that there is no next level with them and to let it go. The interviewer asked if Violet bonded with another dragon who mated with a dragon, would she have the same mental connection with the other rider like she has with Xaden? And Rebecca said yes. So essentially they are bonded through the dragons, and that makes them have the special connection. But I stand with Blakely, and there's more from a prophecy. The way that they connect, obviously their dragons are bonded, but it's just so much fucking more. It is so much more.
Respectfully, Rebecca, you are a liar and you have proven as such in interviews because you don't want to give your story away. And that's what you should do. And we respect that. You don't need to tell us more. But I don't always believe her because she's just a siller and won't tell us things.
That's silly. I mean, if people can lie about their dragons' names, why can't Rebecca lie?
I mean, she said that, oh, no, it was a misprint. He can't use ice for a second signet for Liam.
Was it a misprint, Rebecca?
It wasn't a misprint. And then what was the other thing that she did? Oh, the whole Asher. No, it's a different person. When it's confirmed in this book, it's the same person. Asher, Soren, Yale, and Daxton.
Maybe there's more to it. We don't know. We haven't read book 4 yet. It's not written. She could change her
still
mind.
unwritten. Well, that's what she says. She does change her mind.
And good for her. Keep us on our toes. Because this is why this is fun.
I appreciate it. Keep it fun. But I also make sure we're right.
Yeah. Yeah. We will be.
It's a balance, but.
So what Violet ends up seeing is 6 dragons, and they all rival the size of Segale. The Irids found them. Just to add to the shock, Vi hears a whistle and then, hello, human. But when I read Hello Human, I definitely read it in like a smoker's voice or Roz from Monsters Inc. It was like, hello, human.
You mean Grandma Pam?
So Grandma Pam is Roz.
Mm-hmm. Yes. She's also Ursula, if you're wondering. Something with the silver hair like that. It is my grandmother. And sassy.
100%. Every grandma is sassy.
And full-bodied and like a good time, you know?
Grandma Pam, the uncredited third host.
Okay, I wish. Could you imagine Grandma Pam talking about these books?
It would be so much fun.
Grandma Pam has been reading romance books my whole life, and I can only imagine what is in them. Okay, she's been married to my grandpa for, oh, shit, is it almost 60 years?
Damn, good for her. It's the
And they
romance
don't,
novels that keep them together.
yeah, because I don't even think they like each other that much, so it's impressive. I'm just kidding. They do.
After
Kind of.
60 years, you would assume like you could, like, divorce has been readily available for a while. If they didn't like each other.
Their love language is bickering as well.
Weird. I wonder where you get it.
About always being right, being HBIC, and just sassy as fuck. I don't know. It's a
not
mystery.
genetic or anything. Not for you.
So that's chapters 36 through 40.
So some questions that we had, whether they're relevant or not, like why did poor Meal outlaw dedicating children before the rest? Things we noticed, the sweetness connection between poison, the venom's breath, and the signet blocking elixir. But what I want to point out is in chapter 21, so for us, episode 20, chapters 21 through 25, if you want to go back and listen, I mentioned Violet's exhaustion. I specifically said there's lots of mentions of Violet's exhaustion or what it could be. We've talked about it before. All the mentions of Violet's dizziness and even nausea. Rebecca's confirmed it's not pregnancy in one of her interviews on her book tour. And then I said once again, I think all these are a sign of something else manifesting in her. Not, I'm not going to repeat that. Like something powerful, something to rival the god's power. To further my point, she's feeling abnormally sick on the aisles. She says, I wave a bug out of my face and glance up at the sky, hoping for some form of approaching cloud cover to shade us from the heat, but there's none to be found. Guess Zanal has decided we will bake in our leathers while we wait. She also says, every muscle in my body tenses and a wave of dizziness makes me brace my feet apart. Not right now. I beg my body. She says, do not laugh. Warning, Zayden. And then she was fighting off another tide of dizziness. And then she also says, keep Indarna from eating it. A bead of sweat drops down the side of my face, and I wobble as my head starts to swim. But I keep upright. And Zayden asks, dizzy? She's like, I could use sleep like everyone else, but leans on him. And she's like, can't remember ever being this tired before. The bone-weary exhaustion goes beyond fatigue, and my body is suffering for it. The dizzy flares, my screaming aches in every joint, the pain in my ribs, the urge to scratch out my stitches, and the knots in my muscles from trying to hold myself together are all getting worse by the day. And I just feel like while she's on the aisle, like this power is like truly manifesting, and that's why she's getting so sick. Like it's just getting stronger because she's near the Irids.
Yeah, she's even closer to their hatching ground, so that could that's a potential
magic source. The closer she got, the more sick she's getting.
And I know the devil's advocate of like she potentially has POTS disorder and you're in the hot baking sun, which does trigger that. But there is something odd about it. Like I feel what you're saying, especially with if she's already a little bit dedicated to the gods and is God touched and has raw power in her, but something
yeah, like I said, the closer that she's getting to them, like the sicker
it's
she's getting. So
yeah.
it's, and like I said, it did start with the parapet, but so she's always been destined for this. It's like there's a fucking prophecy.
Well, yeah, and it was clear that like when she got sick right after, you know, and Dane was like, no, it's just the adrenaline. He like takes her. It was clearly something that happened throughout her childhood, but she was dedicated at a young age. So she's got that God touched in her.
I didn't even think about that. Like if it's, I mean, it's part of the balance. Like she's given this gift, so she's got her shitty joints.
Yeah. So now it's like you're going to be nauseous and want to pass out all the time. That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Sucks to suck. I mean,
Powerful stuff like that.
we did have a theory technically denied, but we're just refusing to believe it.
Oh, the fated mates. Yeah. I mean, they don't have to be fated mates like Fae, but soulmate, destiny, prophecy, something.
Maybe their dragons bonding, or their dragons bonding with them, like helps solidify their bond lock in place. Excuse me, like their soulmate bond.
Well, yes, they might be able to talk due to their dragon bonding, but it's just like their bond that they have with each other is so much more than a regular, like, I don't like John that much, you know?
Well, he's addicted to her power. But Violet, like, what is she addicted to besides his dick? Like, she doesn't have that same, like, addictive personality.
No.
So it's got to be more.
That's our thoughts on chapters 36 through 40. We have new episodes every Wednesday.
Thank you so much for tuning in and spending time with us as we go off on our tangents. If you are enjoying listening to us, make sure you share with your book besties and you subscribe wherever you're listening.